Hello everyone, welcome to the 100 Q&A practice. We're going to start off today with the plaintiff questioning. Okay, ready? Mr. Brady, do you know a Mr. L.E. Pruitt? Yes. Had you discussed the insurance on the fixtures in Andy's Grill and Bar with Mr. Pruitt? Yes, I did. Did you have any correspondence with Mr. Pruitt regarding the fixtures for the restaurant? I received no correspondence from him. I wrote him one email after a couple of telephone conversations. Do you remember what was the nature of your conversation? What did he say to you? And what did you say to him? As I recall his office, I contacted his office after getting a phone call from Mr. Newman's secretary stating that Mr. Pruitt had called them and had told them that Mr. Parker didn't want us to write any insurance on this property, that Mr. Pruitt was going to write all the insurance for them. Please continue. Then I called Mr. Pruitt's office and explained to them that this contract, this master policy that we have, requires that all conditionally vended property be included under this blanket policy. Then, as a favor to him, I called the Metropolitan Underwriter's Office in Chicago, Illinois, and asked them if they cared to make an exception in this particular case. And I was advised by the head underwriter, Mr. Purcell, that he could see no reason why there should be an exception, that the contract provided that all conditional sales should be included under this policy. So I advised Mr. Pruitt by email that we were going to send it. That you were going to send it? That we were going to send out the policy. Do you have any way of establishing the dates of these conversations you had with Mr. Pruitt? They were prior to November 18 because it was on November 18 that I emailed Mr. Pruitt, November 18, 2010. Then it was November 18, 2010, that you sent Mr. Pruitt an email informing him about this? That is right. And in your conversation with Mr. Pruitt, did you inform him that this policy that Mr. Newman had? Your Honor, I object to the leading questions. Sustained. Did you inform Mr. Pruitt of the nature of the policy? I will object to the leading question, Your Honor. Sustained. The email is the best evidence. Do you have a copy of the email that you sent to him? Yes, I do. May I see it, sir? May I approach the witness, Your Honor? Yes. I have here an email to L.E. Pruitt Insurance Company, and it is signed by Thomas M. Brady. May I have this marked plaintiff's next in order for identification, Your Honor? It will be marked plaintiff's 18 for identification. Thank you. May I approach the witness, Your Honor? Yes. To clarify this, This is an email you wrote to Mr. Pruitt after you had discussions with him regarding insurance on the fixtures in Andy's Grill and Bar. Is that right? That is correct. Would you read the email to us, please? November 18, 2010, L.E. Pruitt Insurance, 5028 Main Street, Springfield, Illinois. Subject, Andy's Grill and Bar. Mark, I didn't get back to the office in time to call you this afternoon. And since I am not planning on being in the office tomorrow morning, I decided to send you an email. This afternoon, I went to West Springfield Fixtures and discussed this matter with Mr. Newman. He stated that Mr. Parker had been in his location yesterday and mentioned nothing about insurance and wanted to talk with him about it before making any decision. He got Mr. Parker on the phone while I was listening on a third line. Mr. Parker said that he was well satisfied with the coverage under this certificate, and he wanted to leave it as it is. I trust that you will be able to write the rest of this for him. Thank you very much. Mr. Brady, you indicated you had been an insurance broker for about 3 years. Prior to that, what was your business or occupation, sir? I was in insurance claims for approximately 13 years. May I approach the witness, Your Honor? Yes. Are you familiar with business interruption insurance? I am. I call your attention to People's 5 in evidence. This appears to be an insurance policy. It is. And is it a business interruption policy? It is. What are the limits on that policy, if you can tell by looking at it, sir? The face amount of the policy is $550,000. In the event of a business interruption, how will this be paid to the owner of the business? I would have to examine the policy quite carefully to tell you. Does it state an amount per day on that? Yes, it states the rate of $4,000 per day. No further questions. Okay, I'm going to switch transcripts back to the little boy who got bit by the dog. And this is going to be defense. Did you turn your back to the dog when you ran into the house? Yes. How far inside the garage were you when you turned around and ran to the house? I was like 2 feet in the garage, 1 feet. Then you turned your back on the dog and ran straight for the door into the house? Yes. Did you ever look back while you were running to the house? No. Was the door open that led into the house from the inside of the garage? No, it was closed. Did you have to open it? Yes. Did you look back at any time as you were opening the door to get into the house? No. When you went to shut the door behind you, did you look outside? No. So would it be fair to say that the last time you saw Daniel and the dog was right before you turned your back and ran towards the house? Yes. And you never looked back? Was that a no? It is a no. Okay, just to make sure I'm clear, the last time you saw Daniel and the dog was when you turned your back and started running towards the house, right? Yes. Okay, and that concludes our Q&A practice for the 100 class. Have a great day.